Oh, why is everybody so upset about these guys?
There's no denying that you're a great actor, Joaquin Phoenix. You've proven it over and over. And The Joker was just an incredible film. But we have to talk about that whole Golden Globes acceptance speech. It went from funny to bizarre really quickly, and we're not quite sure why, but you managed to insult basically everyone, including yourself. It was definitely one of the most interesting award show speeches that we've ever seen. When celebrities accept awards, they go on stage unscripted, and things can get awkward. Award shows have a long history of celebrities criticizing other people, governments, and institutions. Check out these 10 times that celebs used their acceptance speeches to throw shade.
Let us not take this planet for granted. I do not take tonight for granted. Thank you so very much.
There is no denying that Taylor Swift is a success. She's won a ton of awards for her singing and songwriting, and she's also developed a bit of a reputation for throwing shade. She's been in countless Twitter feuds. She writes songs about her exes, and she has thrown shade in her acceptance speeches more than once. But the best moment comes when she got her revenge with some clever and inspirational shade. In 2009, Taylor won the Video Music Award for Video of the Year. Kanye West interrupted her speech to talk about how Beyonce deserved the award instead.
I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
It was uncomfortable for everyone. Later, Kanye went on to suggest that he was responsible for Taylor's success. He even wrote a song about it. When Taylor accepted her second Grammy for Album of the Year, she clapped back. In 2016, she noted that she was the first woman to win that award twice. She told all the girls listening that there will be people who try to undercut and take credit for their accomplishments, but she told them not to listen to those people and keep working hard. Taylor knows better than anyone that haters are going to hate.
Or take credit for your accomplishments.
This next acceptance speech was a joint effort by two A-list celebrities. Brad Pitt won the award for Best Supporting Actor at the 2020 British Academy Film and Television Awards. Brad couldn't make it to the BAFTAs, so he had his co-star from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood deliver his speech instead. As she read the speech, Margot Robbie threw shade at all of Britain. Brad's speech called them out for Brexit, since Britain is no longer part of the European Union.
Hey Britain, heard you just became single. Welcome to the club.
He said he hoped they got the better end of the divorce settlement. That sure sounds like he was also throwing shade at his ex-wife, Angelina Jolie. Margot then said that Brad is going to name the award Harry because he's excited to bring it back to the States. They were referencing Prince Harry's decision to step down from the royal family. We aren't quite sure how William and Kate, who were in the audience, felt about that comment.
That he is going to name this Harry because he is really excited about bringing it back to the States.
The Grammys are considered the most prestigious music award. For many artists, getting a Grammy is the ultimate dream, and that used to be the dream for Halsey too. The pop rock icon has become hugely successful. She keeps topping the charts and fans love her. She had a wildly successful year in 2019. Many of the music award shows have recognized her success, but when the Grammy nominations were announced this year, Halsey was notably absent. How could the Grammys disagree so much with fans in other award shows? Well, Halsey won an American Music Award and used that time to call out the Grammys. She said she used to believe that awards like that were the ultimate validation, but she's older and wiser, and she knows that's not the case. She said that it's the fans who made her successful. She thanked the AMAs for giving her fans a voice because they are who really matter. Her speech was a hit, but we have a feeling this won't be the last time she's snubbed for a Grammy.
I'm older now, and I'm also an artist, and apparently I'm doing okay.
Zayn Malik became famous because of his run with One Direction, but he's made it clear over the years that he's not really happy about it. Zayn has thrown a lot of shade at his former band. He called their music generic and made waves when he chose to go solo. He made it clear that he always wanted to leave and do his own thing. He wanted to do something fresh. He's commented on his former bandmates and aired their dirty laundry in interviews. He's found success on his own, but he's still bitter about his past. Plenty of people still associate him with One Direction. It can be hard to go solo, but Zayn has done really well for himself. In 2016, Zayn won an American Music Award for Best New Artist. When he got on stage, the first thing he said was, "This one's just got my name on it, right?" Yikes! He was clapping back at One Direction and pointing out that he earned the award by himself.
This one just has my name on it, right?
Celebrities have often used their award speeches to make political statements. Celebrities have a unique privilege to have millions of people listening to what they have to say. When they get the chance to speak out, many of them take it. Meryl Streep is one example. The Academy Award-winning actor is a Hollywood icon. She's one of the most respected women in the business.
I don't really care what anybody writes about me.
In 2017, she was given the Cecil B. DeMille Award for Lifetime Achievement at the Golden Globes. And she has achieved a lot. Meryl made a political statement about the US president making fun of a disabled reporter. She praised the Hollywood Foreign Press for their work and for being some of the most hated people in American society. It was a classy speech. She didn't even use the president's name. She called his display a performance and noted that it made his chosen audience laugh. She noted that humiliation and violence only incite more violence, and she encouraged the press to do their job with honor no matter what. Keep watching for more moments when acceptance speeches got political.
Imitated a disabled reporter, someone he outranked.
Calling out the president in acceptance speeches isn't new. One of the most famous Oscar moments happened in 2003. Michael Moore is a famous documentary filmmaker. He addresses controversial issues, and he's got a reputation for making controversial statements. At the 2003 Academy Awards, Michael won Best Documentary for Bowling for Columbine. He went on a long political tirade, and it was not well received. He criticized George Bush, who was president of the US at the time. He called him a fictional president for both his foreign and domestic policies. Michael was booed by many members of the audience. It was wartime in the US, and many people felt that he was being unpatriotic, but others supported his stance. No matter your opinion, there's no denying that this is one of the most memorable acceptance speeches in history. It was definitely one of the most controversial. Michael was shunned for a while, but continues to make documentaries.
We live in a time where we have fictitious election results that elects a fictitious president.
Political acceptance speeches don't always involve calling out the president. Sometimes they involve throwing shade at whole groups of regular citizens. That's exactly what happened in Sean Penn's Oscar speech in 2009. Sean won Best Actor for his role as Harvey Milk in Milk. Harvey Milk was an activist, and he was the first openly gay politician in California. Milk came out about the time that Proposition 8 was being voted on.
This is our lives we're fighting for.
If Proposition 8 had passed, it would have banned same-gender marriage in California. Sean Penn had become a loud voice against the measure because of his time filming Milk. In his speech, he called out everyone who had voted for Prop 8. He told them to sit and reflect on their shame for being on the wrong side of history. He got a lot of flack for this. Many people who had been fans of Sean felt offended by his speech. Ultimately, Prop 8 did not pass in California, but plenty of celebrities made waves with their public statements.
We've got to have equal rights for everyone.
We are kicking it old school for this next acceptance speech. The Godfather is one of the most iconic films ever made. It's a Hollywood legend. Marlon Brando played the main character, Don Vito Corleone.
Because a man who doesn't spend time with his family can never be a real man.
Marlon was already a highly successful actor. He was also known as an activist for civil rights. In 1973, Marlon won Best Actor for The Godfather, but something shocking happened. He sent Native American activist and actress Sacheen Littlefeather on stage instead. She refused to take the award. She said that Marlon wanted her to go up and refuse the award on his behalf. He was criticizing Hollywood for the way they treated Native Americans. Movies at that time usually portrayed Native Americans in a very negative and inaccurate way. It was also really difficult to find success as a Native American actor. Marlon was highly criticized for this stunt, and Sacheen's career suffered. She was blacklisted from roles in Hollywood.
Very regretfully, cannot accept this very generous award.
Not everything is political, and who better to remind us of that than Nicki Minaj. In 2015, Nicki Minaj and Taylor Swift got into a Twitter feud. Nicki had been nominated for 3 VMAs, but she wasn't nominated for Video of the Year. Like so many Twitter feuds, it turned ugly really quick. But Taylor isn't the person that Nicki threw shade at in her speech. At the VMAs, Nicki and Taylor buried the hatchet. Taylor admitted that she had misunderstood Nicki's intent in her original tweet, but in the middle of this, Miley Cyrus got involved.
We all do interviews and we all know how they manipulate.
She said that Nicki is not a nice person. She also criticized Nicki for her comments on racial bias. Miley was hosting the VMAs and Nicki won the award for Best Hip Hop Video. She called Miley a name, then coined the famous line, "What's good?" That clapback had the internet in an uproar. What's good became the best way to throw shade that year.
Miley, what's good?
Joaquin Phoenix won Best Actor for his role in the Joker at the 2020 Golden Globes. His acceptance speech managed to make several political statements, throw shade at lots of people, and get censored. He dropped a lot of F-bombs that had to be muted over the broadcast. He threw shade at all award shows by saying that there's no Best Actor.
We all know there's no competition between us.
He made comments on ethical veganism and the importance of voting. Then he threw shade at his fellow actors. He called them out on their lack of action in important matters. But in a bizarre turn of events, Joaquin even threw shade at himself. He called himself a pretty vulgar term and said he wasn't always a virtuous man. He said he didn't understand how Hollywood puts up with him. He held nothing back in his acceptance speech. Which actors do you think will drop shade at the next award show? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to The Things for more great videos. See you next time.